Another thing that I think I'm really been dealing with is envy, which is a big thing. I don't think many people want to talk about it or really be honest about it, especially as men, like this idea that we're envious. And I don't want to say jealous, because jealous and envy are two different things. I think oftentimes people like to say that they're one and the same. But the big difference, my understanding, the big difference between jealousy and envy is that jealousy is like you're passionate about something that actually belongs to you. So when you have this idea of a jealous lover, so you have a husband and a wife or whatever, like they are in relationship, this is something that they are committed to, and there's a covenant that they have together. It could be dating relationship too, either way. But like jealousy comes from a place of like, no, I actually have relationship or connection to whatever this thing is that I'm being jealous of. So like, say you have children playing and you bring a toy or a game or something to school, and kids like you want to share or whatever, but at some point it seems like kids are playing with your toy more than you want to play with that toy. And jealousy is, I want my toy back. Like I want to play with my toy. This is my toy. This is something that I brought and I'm sharing, and it's getting more attention or whatever. So there's jealousy. Like you're not having that connection with the thing that, again, you have connection with. And I'm trying to be careful with that, because I don't want to say that you own people when it comes to jealousy and relationships. You don't own people, but that's the idea. In comparison to envy. Envy is when you want something that isn't yours. You want and desire something that other people have. So in that case, using the example of children playing with toys or whatever, envy shows up with, say, little Johnny. Little Johnny has like a yo-yo or something. And then Bobby over here is like, I really want Johnny's yo-yo. I really, really want Johnny's yo-yo. And I'm going to try to figure out how can I get Johnny's yo-yo. With envy, like you want to take something that somebody else has. Like it doesn't belong to you. It's not yours. And you crave it though. You crave it and you crave it, you crave it, and you desire it. That puts us in a bad place, because sometimes with envy, we can do some reckless things. Envy does lead at times to like adultery. Envy can lead to like stealing and things like that, because you want something that other people have that's not necessarily yours. And the thing is, there's a lot that we can learn from jealousy and envy in our life if we're willing to pay attention to it. So for me, yeah, like I've been wrestling with this idea or wrestling with envy in different places. I think I've been wrestling with envy when it comes to like relationship goals, especially if you're on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you see like all of the beautiful posts and things like that. And it's not to take away from the relationships that people have. It's great if people are in love. It's great that people are having happy times and good times, and they're capturing those and they're also sharing them. And I think I can become envious, because it's like, yeah, I desire that for my relationship. I think the hard part is with that, there are a couple of ways you can respond to that. You can respond in a negative way with envy, or you can try to respond with a constructive way. So a negative way is you can sit and sulk that you don't have this relationship, or be mad about it, or mad about what you don't have, upset about what you don't have, and complain and kind of like get in your feelings about it. That's one way of dealing with it. Or envy, if you're looking at, say, relationship goals or somebody's career or the things that they're doing, and it's something that you desire, if you're honest with yourself, you can identify those things and then try to spend time doing the work to get to that thing. So for instance, I am a content creator. I'm podcasting, and I've been creating content for a very long time. Not only here on Do Make Something, but in various capacities or whatever. But at times, if you're trying to grow your channel, if you're trying to grow your podcast or whatever you're trying to do, if you see other YouTubers, other podcasters, other writers or whatever, and they're getting a lot of shares, they're getting a lot of likes, they're getting a lot of subscribers, part of you can just be like, I deserve that. I deserve that more than anything. Like, I want what they have. I want their followers. I want their subscribers. I want all that stuff. Yeah, you can start to get green with envy and wanting to take something from somebody else, or sulking to say like, why don't I have that, and beat yourself up about it. Or you can be like, all right, what can I do to get to that place? Because the heart of it is this is something that you actually desire, something that you want to accomplish, which is fine. Everybody should have ambitions and things that they want to accomplish. But we have to be careful how we're approaching it. And so for me, like that's really what I've been working on, is trying to have a better mindset about that and to make sure that I'm thinking right about it. Because again, you can think very negatively and set yourself up. And I know I've struggled with that. I've wrestled with that, like not thinking well, and it leads me to like depressive thoughts or anxious thoughts. It leads me to a place where I just get discouraged and I start self-sabotaging myself. I'm grateful that I can spend time, like usually what I do when I'm discouraged or working through stuff is I try to spend some time in prayer. I get outside, try to be physical, like walk around, walk in nature and things like that. And also find brothers to talk to and talk to my wife about stuff to kind of let them know where I am. And helps me, like organize my thoughts, but really try to make sure I'm framing my perspective well so that I can approach things in a more constructive way and not self-sabotage myself. But yeah, I mean, I really spent some time that I've been dealing with that, wrestling with like envy. I'm trying to take that energy and be more constructive. And I think we can all do that, but it requires us to acknowledge what we're really feeling and taking a step back and processing that and really being honest. Like, why do I really want this? Why do I really desire that? Like for me, seeing the relationship goals is because I want a beautiful, amazing, passionate, great marriage with my wife. I want a beautiful, amazing relationship with my wife. So I'm seeing other people do that. Yeah, I want that. I desire that. Am I there? Not quite. There's stuff to work through and work on and improve on. But that doesn't mean I can't be there. And that doesn't mean I can't be there the way that is going to be beautiful and amazing for us. But if I don't transfer and use that energy in a constructive way, I'll just sit there, beat myself up, complaining, or be upset when, my wife shares something that she finds that she likes too. Like I can beat myself up about that and feel bad and be like, not another thing or whatever. Or I can be like, no, this is exciting. This is something I can work towards and to accomplish, make it a goal. So mental, I think I'm good. I think I'm good for the most part. But please, Black man, make sure that you're taking time to check in with yourself. Be honest with yourself. What are you struggling with? What are your highs and lows? What is stressing you out? What are you excited about? What are you happy about? Like, be honest with yourself. Check in, because again, it's hard to live a beneficial life if we're not doing the work of making sure that we're okay. Because we need to make sure that our mindset is okay. Because honestly, I really believe our thoughts impact what we believe and impacts how we behave. So if you're caught up in your head and being envious and stuff, or being down on yourself and being discouraged all the time, that's going to show up in how you show up, in your communication, how you behave with whoever, whether you're in a relationship or not. You need to make sure that you're in a good place. And that only starts with checking in with yourself. So yeah, make sure to make time throughout the week or even once a week or whatever. Check in. Where are you? What's going on with your mental? What's going on with your thoughts and things like that? What's happening? How are you feeling? What's really been that thought that's reoccurring over and over and over again in your head? What's up with that?